Hello there, Ray here, and today I'm going to show you how you can move your exit gateway portal anywhere from down low all the way up to high in the sky. In a previous video, I discovered that it's possible to move the exit gateway portal up or down just by changing the terrain at which it tries to generate at. This was possible between versions 1.8 and 1.9, but today I will show you a type that actually works in all versions above 1.9, including the most current version. This method works for both single player and multiplayer, but what you want to do before anyone ever enters the end dimension is to go and find a stronghold that is farther than 1500 meters away from spawn. So this entrance end portal is about 2500 meters, so that's good. And you want to have this portal opened up so that you can enter it, but you don't want to have these silverfish going inside of it, so you can either break the spawner or put some silverfish in the corner so no more generate out of the spawner, because you don't want anything entering this portal while you're trying to get this glitch to work. But what you want to do is to open this up, and then once you get close to the portal so that your player starts teleporting away, you want to crash the game so that your player is no longer in the game. So what I'm going to do is move my character forward, then I'm going to press Alt plus F4 as soon as I think that I'm within range of the portal blocks. You do not want to have the screen that actually shows up saying that you're being sent over to the end dimension. You want to be sure that you crash the game before that. I highly recommend that you practice this in a creative world before doing this in any type of survival world. So if you did it correctly, when you log in, you should find your character underneath of some end stone right here in the end dimension. Now it's advised that you bring a pick along so you don't suffocate to death, and maybe some armor, but you can see I have spawned in the end dimension, but I didn't spawn at the obsidian platform, but instead at the outer islands. If you look at my coordinates, you see I'm quite far away. So what actually happened is that when we were at that portal over in the overworld, and we entered it and we crashed the game, it took the coordinates of that portal where the player was and applied them to the end dimension. So you see the coordinates are exactly the same as that portal in the overworld, and that is how we got out here to the outer islands without even going near the obsidian platform. And we use this to avoid generating the main island or any of the structures around it, such as the obsidian pillars or even the exit gateway portal. The reason that we didn't use any entrance end portals near spawn is because if we went through those, it would take those coordinates, which are near spawn, and would apply them to the end dimension, and we would probably end up in the void, which is between the main island and these outer end islands. So what you will want to do next is travel through the outer end islands until you have reached pretty close to the main island. Now the coordinates you want to be at is here at 0, 1000. You can either bridge out to the main island or take a flying machine out there. So if you want to take a flying machine out there, you can just build something up like this, and this will get you out there just fine. Just a normal piston, and then a sticky piston facing this way, and a slime block, and a observer there, and redstone block there, and then your boat can be out here, and then you just update that one, you can ride on this boat out there. Now we want to stop 12 chunks before the main island, this way we do not get within range of the Ender Dragon. If you get within too close to the actual main island, then the Ender Dragon fight will try to start up, and this will automatically lower the entire island. So we have reached our destination here, and we are up at chunk number 12, so if you would look right here, this is chunk number 12. That's how far we are from the very center of the world, and 0, 0 is where the exit end portal will generate at. So we don't want to get too close. You don't want to get any closer than this bounding edge right over here. So we want to build everything within this chunk and anything beyond it. So next up we will build a fly machine which will be able to intersect that end island over there without us actually going close enough to load it. So at this point you want to decide if you want to have your exit end portal up much higher than normal, or you want to have it lower than normal. So if you want to have it higher, then we have this machine here, which you can build up. If you want to have it lower, then you can build up this machine down here. It's important that these machines are built in the same location as I have here, so I will provide a world download so you can come in and see exactly where to build these up. So the first machine here is the one that will go and allow it to generate much higher than it normally would. And what it does is that we first have this engine here, which will fly out at a pretty slow pace. And then after it gets so far, we have a timer which will detect when all these items are missing. And then I'll send out this machine here, which will go out and catch up with this one. And then it will stop this machine. So both of these will clog up together and they'll just freeze way out there. And then when we go out and generate those chunks, they will be right in the location of where the game checks to see if there's any blocks. And they'll set the exit end portal on top of these instead of placing it down on the ground. So depending on how high you want the exit end portal to be is how high you want to build this machine. So if you want it to be higher, just place it higher in the sky or lower. Now all you have to do is click this lever here, and that will send this machine off, and then we will send this machine after a while. So I'll let this go through and then we can check out the results. So the two machines have flown out and they both have hit each other way out there. You can barely see them. They're just on the edge of the render distance. Now that's one thing to mention is that with this method here, you can have render distance of 12. So make sure the server has a render distance of 12 or your single player has a render distance of 12 for this to work. This one down here needs a render distance of 14. So let's go out and check out the results. Now notice as I go a little bit closer, if I cross into this chunk here, and as I load this chunk up here, you can see the health bar pops up. Now I'm within range where the game checks and see if there's a player within range, and then it generates the exit end portal up in the sky. So now it also loads this entire area because they don't want the dragon to be unloaded during the fight. So it automatically loads this entire area just as the player gets near it. So you can see the dragon flying around, but you also see that the exit end portal has generated here, and you can see pretty cool stuff like this piston here. It is a piston head just sitting out here, and that's just from it generating. It also destroys all the blocks like up 90 meters up in the air, so that's pretty cool. And that's how you get your exit end portal to be up in the air much higher. So you can choose how high you want to have this just by moving the machine up or down. So if you don't want to have it up high, you can actually choose to have it down low with this machine here, and this will allow you to actually get your exit end portal to be low as even like your Obsidian platform. That's pretty cool. So you can run from your Obsidian platform straight into your exit end portal, all in the same wide level. Now I'm pretty proud of this machine. It took me a while to build this up, and this consists of a fast flying machine that came up, hooked up to like a little clock here, and then I also have a slow flying machine here, hooked up to a TNT duplicator. So let me send out this one, and it's pretty much the same thing. You flick a lever and the slow one goes out, and it has a TNT duplicator on the front of it, which was made by Pi, and then I'm pushing it out that direction, and then after all these items in this hopper are removed, then we'll send out this machine, which is much faster, and I'll come in, and it has a clock on this side, and it has just some redstone blocks in here, and these redstone blocks will line up with the machine over there, and it will jam it so that it doesn't keep flying forward. And then the clock here will get up near the TNT duplicator, and it pretty much just turn the duplicator on, and this will just keep duplicating TNT up at the very edge of the world there, and this will allow it to produce a hole in the ground. And then when the game checks the terrain there in the area, you'll see the hole, and it'll allow it to produce the entrance or the exit end portal down much lower than it normally would. So there you can see the second machine trying to catch up with the first machine, and it's going quite a bit faster. I have Optifine so you can actually see it working way out there. So you can see that the machine has caught up, and now it's duplicating TNT. You can see it moving, and see there's a hole forming in the bottom there. Now the longer you let the TNT duplicator go on, the deeper the hole will get, and if you let it go on for too long, then it'll create a hole all the way down through the entire island, and then your exit end portal will end up being down in the void, which you probably don't want to have. So after you let it duplicate a little bit, depending on how deep you want it to have, then you can move forward. Same thing will happen. The dragon will be summoned in. There's the dragon up there, and also the exit portal will be generated. You can see it removes a bunch of blocks in a nice shape here. You can see how low we got right here. That's pretty cool. We got it all the way down here, and this way, if we want to, we can actually get lined up with our Obsidian platform, which is over in that direction, and you can do some pretty cool stuff with this. So there you have it, guys, how to generate your exit end portal up high or down low, just like on the Protect server. So if you found this interesting, show me the like. If you'd like to see more crazy contraptions like this, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Bye bye.